Hi, in this video we're going to talk about dividing by a whole number. So this is for whenever we have decimals and the divisor, the number outside the box, like in this first example, the 5, is a whole number. In these cases we follow these steps. The first step is to move the decimal point into the answer directly above its position in the problem. Then we ignore the decimal point and divide just like we normally would with whole numbers. We add zeros if necessary, and we keep dividing until we get an answer without a remainder or until we notice that we have a repeating decimal. So if we take a look at this first example, 12 divided by 5. Well, 12 is a whole number, so its decimal point would be right after the 2. So our first step then is to take the decimal point and move it right above into the answer, right above where it was. We can extend the line here of our division problem, and then we're going to go ahead and do the division. So we'll go step by step. 5 doesn't go into 1. 5 goes into 12 two times. 2 times 5 is 10. Subtract. We have 2 left over. So we're going to add a 0, bring it down, and then how many times does 5 go into 20? 5 goes into 24 times. 4 times 5 is 20. Subtract, and we have nothing left. So we're done with this problem. Our answer is 2.4. Let's take a look at this next problem here. 2.8 divided by 7. So again, we take our decimal point and we move it right above into the answer. And then we ignore it, pretend like it's not there, and do our division. 7 goes into 2 0 times. How many times does 7 go into 28? Well, it goes 4 times. 4 times 7 is 28. Subtract, and we're left with nothing. So 0.4 or 0.4 is our answer for this problem. Let's take a look at this last example here. 1 divided by 6. So 1 is a whole number, so its decimal point comes directly after it. And then we put the decimal point right above into the answer. We can extend our line for the division problem, and then we'll go ahead and divide. 6 doesn't go into 1, so we're going to have to add zeros. 6 goes into 10 one time. 1 times 6 is 6. Subtract, and we have 4 left over. Add a 0, bring it down. 6 goes into 40 6 times. 6 times 6 is 36. Subtract, and we have 4 left over. Add a 0, bring it down. 6 goes into 40 6 times. 6 times 6 is 36. So you see we're going to continue to get 6 on and on and on forever. So our answer is 0.16 repeating. And the repeating bar, this is a repeating bar, goes just over the 6 because the 6 is the part that repeats. So we divide long enough until we get an answer without a remainder or until we notice that we have a repeating decimal. Sometimes you may have an answer where more than one digit repeats, something like this. 2.17353535, something like that. And in that case, you would write your answer like this, 2.1735, with the repeating bar over the 3 and the 5, because the 3 and the 5 is the part that repeats. So these are our steps for dividing by a whole number. So this is when the divisor, the number outside the box, is a whole number.